Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and my little goblins. We are here with the spicy one, and this deck is actually brought to you by our Discord. Join our Discord. We have a lot of things going on in there. I don't know about a lot of things, but we're definitely going to be doing a lot more stuff with the Discord. We're going to be hosting tournaments and stuff in the future, and like I said, people do deck discussion all the time there. So this is where it came from. This deck is brought to you by our Discord. It was created by Ty and Fortune666. So thank you for making the deck, and I tried it out. I made some edits to it, but for the most part, most of the shell is the deck that came from the Discord. And I gotta say, it was pretty damn good. Very juicy. We went on a 8-game win streak in Diamond 3, and it was, like I said, performed pretty damn well. I will say there are some non-combos with the deck because the way Adventurer works is when you use right, you cannot activate the effects of normal summon monsters, which your main starter, if you play Marincess, is Blue Tang. Blue Tang is supposed to send Seahorse to the graveyard using its effect. It cannot do that if you use right. But in Diamond, there's so many people running so many hand traps. You kind of, Griffin's better than most of the stuff you could do anyway. It gets you up your negate very easy, but it will lead you to some plays where there are some occasions where you might just brick and you might just have Wandering Griffin, Token with Draco back, and just like a Blue Slug. And then Blue Slug, the good thing is Blue Slug recycles itself because it lets you pick up the card that you just used to go into it. But you pretty much, there's not much you could do about it. Like, you know what I mean? But there are other instances where if we have our level 4s, we can go into a Totally Awesome. So Totally Awesome plus Wandering Griffin. That's not bad. And a Bahamut Shark. Because you got to remember, Bahamut Shark has 2 materials. You detach one to special summon the Totally Awesome. But if they cannot deal with your Bahamut Shark, they might as well scoop, because when it's your turn again, you're going to be able to special summon Totally Awesome again. Because remember, Totally Awesome recycles itself. When you use its effect and you sacrifice itself to negate whatever you're negating, you can send it right back to your extra deck. So you can get it right back with Bahamut Shark. So it's deceptively a lot better than you think. Cyanite Mining, we have it too. You could actually, if you have the ultra rares for it, I would say you can drop maybe Seahorse or one of the cards to maybe even Pask to 2, and then bump up Mining to 3, because Mining's really good because it lets you go for Blue Tang, and Blue Tang, like I said, is your best starter. Your second best starter, honestly, is Seahorse. It sounds stupid, but it is, because these 2 cards are the only cards in the deck that let you full combo with just 1 card. And when I say full combo, I'm talking about, it's not like a legitimate, like massive, like full combo, but you can link climb pretty well with it. With no assistance from any other cards. It's pretty decent. It's pretty decent is what I would say. Like think about it like this. If you have a Marine Seahorse, right? You have Seahorse and you have full right combo. That means your end board will be Wandering Griffin, the Token, and assuming you have no help from any other card, most likely you're going to have a Marincess Crystal Heart with like 3 attachments from the Marincess Battle Ocean, which doesn't sound like amazing, but like it's not the worst thing in the world. It could be worse. But yeah, let's go into some games, see how the deck played out, and you guys can check out this deck. I'm gonna tell you is a sleeper because it's already decent. It's already pretty good, and we're gonna do a ranking at the end of the video. But on top of that, it's only going to get better because there are certain Marincess support that are in the TCG that we do not have in Master Duel that makes this deck way better. Like once the deck gets like Dive and some of the other supports, like the deck is going to take off. It's going to be a lot better than it is now. And like I said, it's still pretty good right now. So let's get into the games. Remember, join that Discord, you little sluts. Hello, my little goblins. We're back. We're back at it. Our opponent sets 2 cards because they smell horribly. Seriously. 0-7. I assume that's the amount of days they haven't taken a shower. We're going to activate the right, and we get cross-outed immediately. I'm going to show you, this is what playing in Diamond is like. If you guys are really excited about playing in Diamond, this is what it's like. Play our Blue Slug, recycle Seahorse, we get impermed. And I'm like, okay, that's pretty cool. That's pretty neato, if you ask me. Well, we still have Silent Angler. So Silent Angler will be able to go into Coral Anemia. That'll grab the Seahorse. And then Seahorse will be able to go into Sea Angel so we can grab our field spell. And then we get Nibiru. So that's 3 hand traps already, right? Welcome to playing in Diamond. This is why so many people love playing in Diamond. I cannot wait for casual mode so I could test the decks out without having to get my fucking... You know what? This is at least how you guys know the decks are good. I'm playing against people who are cringe, right? So they're going to attack me. They have Nibiru. They have nothing else, though, because remember, their entire deck is hand traps. So that's our only saving grace. We get... They use Ash, and we're like, okay, well, that's the what? The 5th hand trap of the day, and our opponent concedes. Because they're crybabies on top of using 70 hand traps. Alright, my little goblins. We played against 5 hand traps last game in the first turn, so... Oh, well, we're starting off pretty strong already. Artifact Lancia, it's 1 hand trap. The good thing is we have right already. So, get fucked. And then we get Ash Blossomed. So that's 2. We're starting off strong already, huh? I'm liking this. We summon Seahorse. Alright, we're at the 2 hand trap mark. Imperm. 3 hand trap mark. Yeah, dude. Diamond's so much fun. I love playing this. Sea Angel. Okay. Alright. Shit's getting fucking legit. We go into Coral Anemia. Activate. And then we go into Marincess Crystal Heart. So we actually go into Crystal Heart because I'm like thinking that I'm going to get Nibiru'd on top of all this. But we attached 3 things and we're like, you know what? Alright, Called by the Grave. Dude, what a fun deck, isn't it? Artifact Lancia, like this is what I play against. Nobleman Crossout. Dude, that's like what is this, dude? Oh man, dude. Nobleman Crossout, Called by the Grave, Imperm, Ash Blossom, Artifact Lancia. Nope, another Imperm. So this is actually cringe as hell. So I'm gonna admit something here. I actually fuck up because when I attach cards with the Battle Ocean, I fuck up and I attach the level 2. I was not supposed to attach the rank 2. Honestly, we didn't have lethal anyway. So it didn't really matter that much, right? Because this effect only works when they battle a monster, so we wouldn't be able to go for lethal regardless. But it's still fucked up because I should have had a huge boss monster at the end of this, which would have drew us at least a card here. Like, it would have been pretty nice. But our opponent top decks a Zodiac, and they just, you know, they're playing Zodiac, so you know what that means. It means you can full combo off 1 card. Pretty neat, huh? I was actually... You do not understand how raged I was here. You do not understand how fucking pissed I was here. my opponent literally just like think of my point of view. My opponent just played 6 hand traps in a row, and then they top deck the one monster they need and did full combo into a double popping Zeus. That's fun, right? So we just take the shit. Because there's so many cards we have that just kill him. Like literally any card, because we have the field spell. So remember, when we go into blue slug here, this blue slug's about to get fucking huge. This slug, you guys ever watch Naruto? You know the 5th Hokage? You know her slug? Like, that's how big this fucking slug got. Boom. And then beat their ass with the seahorse. Fucking Seabiscuit came in to slap the shit out of him. Dude, that was tilting. Welcome to Diamond. Welcome to the duel. We're gonna show our opponent what we're made of. I'm just kidding. We're just gonna show them what the right of Mercier. Aram Seer. It's something. You know, I probably should go to Google Translate and just figure it out. Alright, so this is part of the issue with Blue Tang. Blue Tang's graveyard effect still activates, which is good, but it's like a whiff in the dark, you know what I mean? It's like, it doesn't guarantee you're going to hit. We don't hit there. We end up picking up the Blue Tang for next turn. But when you use right, it just... And by the way, massive fail here. Because you should have griffined. And when I say you, I mean me. I should have griffined preemptively. But it is what it is. So this is what our turn's going to be. We're going to go into Marbled Rock. Honestly, we go into Marbled Rock because we have Wave in hand. Bam, bam, bam. Because Wave, you can activate Wave in hand. Oh, it doesn't matter. I was going to say you can activate Wave in hand when your opponent... What do you call it? When you have a Link 3. So it's actually not a bad thing I didn't play the Griffin, though, because the Griffin could have gotten fucking Kaiju'd, which would have been annoying. So let's see what they do. They draw 3 new cards. They Lightning Storm. We protect our Marincess. Right? So I'm showing this game for a very specific reason. I showed this game because I do not know why they conceded. Like, they only summoned 1 XZ and then they conceded. Were they locked out of something that I did not know of? So if you guys can figure that out and let me know, or did he just concede because he didn't like the fact I still had a defensive monster? Like, I still had my Draco back in defense. Like, I don't know. I literally do not know. I'm trying to get an answer for it. So, appreciate it. Hello, darkness, my old friend. We're playing Fateful Adventure again. Alright, so they max CS. We have no way of stopping it, right? So, in my mind, like, I don't even remember what I did here. But I'm probably going to go into right and then save Wandering Griffin for their turn. Just because it gives me... That gives me, like, the best outs to actually playing this board without wanting to blow my brains out. So... I mean, he could always Kaiju or do something, but I think this is fine. So, I have a Wandering Griffin out. I don't have to deal with the Max C with him drawing a shitload of cards. Playing Sky Striker. And then he Lava Golems me. So the thing about Lava Golem, though, is you cannot normal summon, so he's not going to be able to normal summon that. So he had to... You know how unlucky these people are? I feel like he messed up, and then he's like, nope, I got the Hornet Drone. I'm like, damn, this guy's cringe as hell. Well, he's going to go to Kaguri. He's going to pick up that Mobilize. And he's probably going to look for a Widow Anchor. But remember, we got this Feather Duster, so right now I'm actually not 100% worried. I'm actually just hoping he plays his whole hand face down. So I can just get like a 4 for 1. He only sets 2, which is like, whatever. But, so Sky Striker, they actually have a pretty, like, without having like back row removal, they actually have a pretty tough time against like a big boss monster that they can't enter, like, that's unaffected by everything. Because they rely off of like Widow Anchors and stuff like that to really like play against you. So like the idea here is just, let's just go into a big ass monster with 600 negative, like 600 things attached to it, and our opponent won't be able to deal with it. So we go into Coral Anemia. And again, we fuck up a little there, if I'm going to be completely honest. I have such a bad habit of keep grabbing the link too. But it is what it is. Boom, boom, boom. We got our big boss monster. He's gonna Ash. We know the last cards in his hand are a Mobilize, like what is that? The stupid module and a Sky Striker Ray. So there's literally like not many cards you can top deck right here, and we're gonna draw our card. Some follow up, and our opponent concedes. This is very tough for Sky Striker to deal with though. Like, they would need, like, a Harpies. Like, Harpies is really the only thing they could do. And remember, if they Harpies our board, we still get back one of our cards with our, the fucking core, the Link 2 card. So, we'd have very good setup for next turn, too. Hello, we're here for the last game. So, we are playing against someone who Artifact Lancios immediately, which I'm not even knocking. I'm not even saying the play is bad or anything like that. I'm just saying that it's kind of funny. It seems to happen very often in my games now. Like, they do, obviously, because if I had Water Enchantress, I'll be able to full combo, right? But I end up having Right anyway, so it doesn't matter. Our hand's pretty dick, though, other than that. So this is pretty much all we can do for right now. And our opponent plays Pankratops. You know what Pankratops tells me? They were never loved as a child. So we're going to have to activate our Griffin Rider, because we care about our Griffins. Kind of like Harry Potter. Harry Potter, you know, that Griffin scene? We're like Hagrid. Actually, I got kind of a good Hagrid look going on here. I could probably cosplay him. Oh, man. Well, Numeron could suck a dick, so we're playing Nibiru. Smell my ass. That's all I have to say to that. Top deck, Blue Tang, Wu Tang. So, we're going to be able to spit some sick rhymes on these fools. Here goes. Blue Tang's about to release her greatest hit album. Blue Slug's gonna hit that Seahorse, Seabiscuit. Shit's coming back to my hand. Blue Tang always finds other Wu-Tang members. So, boom, there's another Blue Tang. Obvious. And, yeah. We're gonna play the Seabiscuit. We go into Crystal Heart. And then we go into Anima. And then our Anima is going to be getting our... And then we get Ghost. I didn't even think people play this shit, to be honest. I don't think it's that good right now. If he's playing Ghost Bell and he's not playing Ghost Ogre, that's fucking wild to me. Ghost Ogre is way better than Bell right now. But to each their own. We go into Bubble Reef. And I do want to point out something very mathematical that I noticed when watching a replay of this game. Actually, I noticed it in the match, but it was already too late. So if I actually went into Marincess Wonderheart, right, instead, and I attacked here, I could have special summoned Anima and then done 5k, and you don't think that's significant. But, you see, I leave them with 3,400 HP, or life points. When our opponent activates another Numeron network, right, the way they attack, they're going to have to attack into Nibiru. So their attack, they would take 2,000, and then the attack, they take 1,000. They wouldn't be able to do that if I went into Wonderheart. So, just to give you an idea, I only went into to Bubble Reef because I'm greedy and I love drawing cards. So the idea of drawing one card is usually too much for me to handle because I have problems mentally. So you see, they wouldn't be able to do this. We should be fine though. There's really not many monsters that can go into that would really screw us over. Because look at our hand. Our hand is like, this is like a perfectly crafted hand, right? We have Seahorse, Blue Tang, Pascalis, and we have our Water Enchantress. Our opponent plays Apollosa, and like I said, if you remember from one of our earlier games, Battle Ocean makes our blue slug that we can go into Tsunade's fucking giant, massive slug that she summons. So, too bad our opponent's not going to let us see it, because I'm pretty sure they're a crybaby. But I do want to, I want to mention this story because I think it's funny. I'm part of this Facebook group on Facebook. Jesus. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Facebook group and a Master Duel one. And they were saying when the casual mode comes out, they're like, oh yeah, anytime you play against a meta deck, concede against that shit. You don't play this shit in casual. Not anymore. And I'm just like, dude, this is the stupidest thing I ever heard. I just thought it was hilarious. Decided to share. Now we're going to go into what we think about the deck and tier rating and all that stuff. Hey guys, we're back. We're back from all the games. So, what do I think about the deck? How did it perform and all this stuff? Honestly, if I'm going to be completely real with you, I had like a 60% win rate with the deck. I won a bunch of games in a row, then I lost some in a row, and then I won some more, and then I lost some more. It was very dependent on whether or not if I win first. It was also very dependent on if I had all the answers to their hand traps or if they had all the answers to mine. As you see in the games, like, dude, it's kind of annoying. It's kind of like boring too. It's like everyone, you play against the same thing over and over. It's like you're playing rock, paper, scissors, except rock, paper, it's like pre-decided because whatever cards in your hands, it's like, do I have rock or paper and does my opponent have scissors? So it's kind of annoying in that stance. What would I rate the deck out of 10? I would say this deck is a solid, you're going to hear me say 8 a lot, but I would say it's a solid 8, and I think it's only going to get better. I think it's only going to get better because in the TCG, there's much better support that we do not have in Master Duel, such as especially Dive, which is an insanely good card, which lets them revive one of the Marincess monsters from the graveyard, which lets you link climb even better. And since it's a spell, it's also being able to be grabbed by Sea Angel, because right now Sea Angel, the only card Sea Angel could grab is Battle Ocean, which is like, okay, I mean the card's insanely good, but it's kind of lame. You kind of wish it grabbed traps too, so you can grab Wave whenever you wanted. The deck's good though. The deck's very solid. I think you could definitely mess with the numbers a bit, and you can also play without the Adventure Engine. I think the engine's worth it, considering it always draws out hand traps from your opponent. And you have to remember, drawing out hand traps from your opponent is worth something. Because if they're using their Ash, or they're using something like, let's say they're using something to stop my right. They use a negate to stop right. Guess what? That negate's not going to be used towards Blue Tank. unless they're playing against Herald, and then I guess if no one really plays Herald anymore, then you don't play against that many Drytron. Because play against Herald, they're gonna negate everything. If I had to give it a tier rating, I would say it's at tier 2.5. I think that it's gonna get a lot better when you get to support, but it's not quite there yet. There's a lot of decks there's so many decks out there that are better than it, sadly. But it definitely could get the job done, and overall, it's not that bad on the wallet. It's extremely, it's actually extremely budget. The only thing you really have to splurge on that you normally wouldn't splurge on would be Totally Awesome, Bahamut Shark, and Cyanite Mining. I mean, every other card, like all the Marincess cards, are all rares and super rares. And you honestly, if you don't want to build it with Appaloosa or Access Code, you don't need to. I think it's stupid not to. Because those should be staples anyway, but everything else is like a super rare and a rare. The hand traps, guys already know I talk enough about this. You guys should have all these anyway. If you guys say this deck's too expensive because it runs hand traps, like, just don't even bother commenting. Still comment because it helps my algorithm, but like, man, you have to be kind of stupid, right? But yeah, the deck's extremely cheap, which is pretty great. The archetype's a very cheap archetype. That being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Please subscribe if you have not subscribed yet. And like I said, join the Discord. We have a lot of fun in there, and a lot of deck building goes on in there as well. I hope you guys have a good one, and goodbye.